Another crew review, folks. It's the Sette 270W by Baratza. Hey, it's Gail from Seattle Coffee Gear, and I'm here to talk about this grinder. And what does sette mean in Italian? 7, hence the style. Kind of like it. But that's not what makes this, well, that does help to make it unique. It's got programming and this, that, and the other. But what makes this one even more unique is it's got 40 millimeter hardened steel burrs, conical burrs. And on most grinders, the center burr, which is the smaller one that goes around the other one, is what's attached to the motor and rotates. This one's just the opposite. It's the outside burr that rotates. And I don't know if this attributes to its speed or not. I have a feeling it must. This thing is so fast, unlike other burr grinders on the market. While I'm talking about the burrs, let me show you how they come out. This has arms down here. This is for holding a portafilter. And this other holds the portafilter so it doesn't flip out, and it's adjustable right back here. We move that to the side. Let's take this up. We move this to the side. And now these burrs will come right on out of here, and I'm going to show it to you. There's your center burr that's usually attached to a motor. This all comes apart so that you can clean it. Really kind of nice. And while I've got it apart, this is micro settings up here, and this ring down here is your macro, so you can adjust it in. Let me put this back together. So, macro up here, and then micro, and you can adjust it. And there's a bunch of settings. There's like 31 settings up here for your coarseness, and then this is infinite. And like I showed you down here, it comes with this container. You can actually put this in here if you're doing drip, pour over, something like that. And then when you want to convert it, just push it in, swing it down, swing this back over, and now you're ready to stick a portafilter in there, and it holds it just like that. If you get this at the right height, this back here, you have to get it at the right height. We had to adjust it. It also has a bean hopper that you can open and close. And what that does, it allows you to change beans, and you can see open and closed. And then you can look down in here too. That's the other side of the burr that stays in there. You can see it on the outside. That's the ring that's what actually turns. The other nice thing about this grinder is it has no chute. Not like other grinders that have a chute between the burrs and where the exit point is. There's usually a chute. It could be this long, could be this long, could be anything. What the beauty of that is, let me get this back together here. Come on, there we go. The beauty of that is when you get done grinding, you have very little residual left in there. It's a very minimal. Unlike others, the chute always has some in, and the burrs, so it's all backed up in there. So you're going to get most of your grounds out down into your portafilter or whatever container you've got going on. Now let's look at the programming on this machine. Right here you have 3 different programmable settings for time, or weight, weight. And that one's set at 20, the first one was 18, this one's at 30. It's going to actually weigh the portafilter, tear it out, and then it's going to put 30 grams down into the portafilter or down into this container. And this is your weighing, where the weighing happens is on these 2 arms. Or if you want to do manual, yeah, let's show that first. Hold this on. It's going to go through its chair, and now you're in manual. You want to get out of manual, go over here and go stop. Now you're back to the preset. I want to change that preset. I go over here, I can go up, I can go down, whatever I want. And then I want to make that number on this one. I hold it till it does that. Now it's programmed. Now you're going to get the same thing every time. So I guess the only other thing about this is, and you might want to just listen to it. Let me just, we should get some beans in here. Let me go get some beans, and we're going to put it in, and we'll show you how it works. Didn't think about that, but what the heck, right? These are stale, but they'll show the idea. Now I've got this closed back here. I want to open it. Now, actually I don't want that many grams. You're going to see just how fast this is. It's going to... That happens to be at that setting. That's how fast, 18 grams. That's really fast, very fast. But the other thing, I'm going to do it again. Now I want you to pay attention to the volume of the grinder. Come on. It's pretty noisy. You know, I talked to Kyle over there at Baratza, and he explained that when you add more steel to the casing and stuff like that, it takes the volume down, but then the price would have gone up exponentially. And so it's we're weighing the noise over price. So this grinder, extremely fast, does a really good job. Look at this. What I found was extremely consistent. This is the coarsest right here. I look at that and I go, that is real consistent. Medium, again, very consistent. And on the espresso grind, again, very, very consistent. That's probably one of the most consistent grinders I've ever seen when you go from the coarsest down to the finest. One word of caution. This machine comes with after you run a couple of pounds through it, you're going to notice that it maybe doesn't go quite as fine. It comes with a shim, and you put the shim on that center burr. Take it apart, and there'll be directions. When we did that, we then took it down to the finest setting, and we ran it, and we clogged it something terrible. It was too fine, so make sure, I would say don't take it down to the finest setting, unless over time you might need that, but not right after you put that shim in. It was so jammed that we had to take it apart, and we had stuff in there that was like, it looked like pieces of plastic, but it wasn't. It was coffee ground so fine, and it was stuck in there. It looked like plastic, and when I went like this, it was ground coffee. It was unbelievable. So don't go down to the finest setting after you put the shim in. It'll be a lot of trouble if you do get it jammed up. But that's probably one of the only cons, other than the volume of the grinder. But the rest of it, it's a great grinder. So far, I'm loving it. Check it out. Comments down below if you were one of the lucky ones to get one of the first ones out of the batch that came over. Let us know what you think. We'd love to hear from you. Subscribe as well, right? That's how you get to know what's coming up over here at Seattle Coffee Gear. Subscribe, comments, and thanks a lot for watching.